This story begins with a she-cat named Petal. Petal used to be a kitty pet until she found out she was expecting kids soon. Worried that her two legs would take them away, she fled into the woods. However, it didn't take long until she was confronted by two River Clan warriors, Redstream and Amber Eyes. Leading the patrol was Redstream's brother, Shaded Stride, a gray Tom. He knew that the current leader, Autumn Star, would want to know about any kitty pets on their territory, so he began to escort Petal back. The camp seemed empty until Petal turned the corner and suddenly there was plenty of cats. She was nervous, but realized her alternative was being alone or going back to her two legs and risk losing her kittens. Holding her head up high, she confidently followed behind Shaded Stride. Still, suddenly surrounded by all the cats, she snuck a little closer to his flank. "There's more of you?" she asked, looking around as suddenly a small black kit appeared. She looked at her own stomach and hoped that she would at least have two. Shaded Stride sighed. Yeah, obviously. He was usually a pretty grumpy Tom. Being a senior warrior meant constantly having to follow Autumn Star's orders, and she was more of a childish leader, unfortunately. But still, he was loyal to RiverClan. His tail flicked annoyingly as he tried to find her. Surely she was off doing something important. But suddenly, Redstream and Amber Eyes approached. He seemed to be trying to get her to stop, gently tugging on her tail, but her eyes were squinted and she was determined. She only stopped when she realized that Shaded Stride was already talking to Petal, saying that it was okay that she used to be a rogue or kitty pet or whatever. Shaded Stride quickly walked off and tried to find Amber Star again. This left Petal nervously alone. She couldn't help but look over at Amber Eyes, who was glaring at her. But before long, Amber Star approached. She was a smaller white cat with orange spots and splotches. Didn't seem very intimidating, but apparently was a fairly good leader. Shaded Stride let out a small cough. This ex-kitty pet needs a place to stay. She's expecting kids soon. Petal offered the leader a soft smile before glancing awkwardly towards Amber Eyes and Redstream bickering, seemingly about Shaded Stride, but she needed to focus on Autumn Star right now.
"It doesn't matter! She's a kitty pet. She's not even supposed to be here,"
Amber Eyes let out very loudly. Shaded Stride quickly added to try to get the attention back on them. They might make some fine warriors one day for RiverClan. Amber Star looked over Petal for another few moments, seemingly not very impressed. "You can join us if you want," she finally let out. Petal let out a sigh of relief. "I just need shelter, at least until the kids are old enough to fend for themselves. I'll be happy to earn my place here," but was interrupted by another cat. This clan seemed awfully busy. Amber Star, however, completely ignored this new cat and looked back over at Petal. "Also, do you know where those fake mouse things come from? I need them for professional leader reasons," she said, leaning in a little bit closer. The strange cat tried to speak up again.
Shadow Clan has a bad leader."
Autumn Star simply looked over. "I don't really know what you want me to do about that." Shaded Stride raised an eyebrow looking over at his leader, but it honestly wasn't that unusual for her to act like this. Petal quickly spoke up. "At my old home... Oh dear, I left mine at those warm rocks." She looked over at Shaded Stride, worried. Please, can we go back and get them? The large gray Tom couldn't help but smirk and make eyes at Amber Eyes as he walked by. Yeah, Petal, sure, come on. Petal tried her best to quickly follow along, but felt her stomach get heavier and heavier. Thankfully, they both made it to the warm stones, and her pink little mouse toy was there. However, when she made it back, each step became harder and harder. Petal felt a sharp pressure, wincing and gently crumbling to the ground. Petal whimpered as she spoke. I think it's happening. My kits. She was quickly surrounded by many different RiverClan warriors, feeling her body move into a safe nest. The next thing Petal remembers is seeing Shadow Lily, the medicine cat, carefully tending to her, and 2 small kits curled up next to her belly. She wrapped her tail over the kits, breathing heavily. Are they okay? Low yowls could be heard outside the den. It seemed like a few cats were arguing, but Petal was much too focused to be able to get any more details. The black and gray she-cat gently looked at each kit. They all look very, very healthy. None of them are injured, but you may need to rest a little bit, she continued before picking up her herbs. Who's the father? She asked. Petal was nuzzling both of them, a purr rumbling in her throat when she suddenly heard the question. The father doesn't matter, she said, before looking back down at her kits. Shadow Lily looked over the she-cat almost judgmentally. He should be here, protecting the kits with you. The mother simply kept her eyes focused on her kits. The brown one will be named Comb, and the lighter gray one can be Silk. The medicine cat let out a small sigh. I think you mean Comb Kit and Silk Kit. And also, no matter, our clan will do the protecting for you. Petal rolled her eyes slightly before she sprawled out, needing some rest. Good night, my kits. However, this sleep didn't last very long. Comb Kit's first thought and first real feeling was pain and pressure on his body. Suddenly, he felt like he couldn't breathe as Amber Eyes pounced on the sleeping mother and her fragile kits. Redstream was the first to enter the medicine den. She has kits, you mouse brain! He hissed. Shadow Lily had also gotten to her paws, but Redstream already had Amber Eyes by the scruff, pulling her off of Petal. The 2 kits thankfully rolled out of the nest, avoiding all of the stomping paws. This also included Shaded Stride, who had also entered the nursery, trying to figure out what was going on with all of this commotion. Petal felt a sting in her shoulder as Amber Eyes' claws sunk in deep. Get off of me! She yelled, trying to get up but not wanting to kick and accidentally hurt her kits. The group of clan cats managed to drag Amber Eyes out as Petal slowly gets to her paws and looks around for her kits. Thankfully they're nearby and she manages to get them back both into the nest, her fur raised and ears alert as she looks outside. She had thought that coming here would be safe for her kits, but apparently some of the warriors didn't really appreciate kitty pets. It was hard to see past Shaded Stride's large body that was protectively sitting in front of the nest, but she could see and hear Redstream pinning Amber Eyes down. She has living, breathing kits, he yowled. Amber Eyes didn't really have an excuse other than not liking kitty pets. Petal walked a step closer and tapped on Shaded Stride's shoulder. Do you know what that was for? Her tone was a little bit of a panic mess. He kind of shrugged. Amber Eyes has issues. In the distance among all of this chaos, Amberstar was giving a meeting about a prophecy that the ThunderClan medicine cat had. Something about a large rain, but if they believed in StarClan that everything would be okay. However, a lot of the clans still panicked. Amberstar didn't have the best standing with StarClan. Amber Eyes had managed to get a good swipe in and get Redstream off of her. Shaded Stride looked back at Petal. "She won't try that again, or she'll have to deal with me," he said with a low growl. Just as another warrior, Owl Whisker, walked up. "How long have they been going at this?" he asked. This wasn't the first time they had been fighting. Shaded Stride just looked at the warrior and back at his brother fighting Amber Eyes. "A while." Comb Kit finally managed to sit upright as his mother looked down at him. His first words were, "I'm scared," as the scene fades to white. And to see what happens next, make sure to subscribe and look out for the next episode of the Nut Family. Bye!